Hello and welcome to our number talk. Today we are looking at the expression 48 minus 29. What we do in a number talk is we use mental math. That means no paper, no pencil to try to solve an expression. And then we come back together and look at all the different ways we could have figured it out. So before we go any further, let's go ahead and do that. Pause the video, work out 48 minus 29 in your head. When you have your solution, unpause the video. We'll explore all of the possibilities together. So the first thing that we could have done is to use the strategy adding up. And so what we do is we start with our little number, which actually has a term. It's called the subtrahend. So rather than just calling it the little number or the second number, let's call it the subtrahend. And we're going to add up. What we want to do is we want to get up to our big number, which, as you could guess, has its own name. It's called the minuend. So we're just going to add up from 29 up to 48. And so we're just going to take a little jump here, and we want to get to our next 10. So from 29 to 30, that's going to be a plus 1. Now we want to add as many 10s as we need to in order to get up to that next 10 closest to 48. Really, it's just one 10. We could just add 10 to 30, and that's going to get us 40. We can't add another 10 because that would get us 50. That's too big. And then we just do another little jump from 40 to 48. So 3 jumps, really. And that's a plus 8. So we have a 1 plus 10, that's 11. Add that 8, that's 19. So hopefully you got that difference of 19. Another strategy is called compensation. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 48 and our 29. We're going to change our subtrahend just because if we do this, we have to regroup. So what if we changed it? We added 1. So we're going to change that to the next 10. So now I've got 48 minus 30. Well, that's easy because I could do that without any regrouping, and that's just going to be 18. But then you have to remember, I changed my subtrahend. I added 1, which means I took 1 more away than I really needed to. So I got to give that 1 back. And so you do a plus 1 twice right here, and you get your 19 difference. Now we can also use counting back. So what we do is we start with our minuend. It's kind of like adding up, but we're just going backwards here. And we're just going to take little jumps until we get back to our subtrahend, because some people like moving forward, some people prefer counting back. So let's just take a jump to the next 10. And that's going to be 40. And that's a minus 8. And we've got a 10 jump right here. That's a big jump, minus 10. And that's going to get us 30. But then really after that, it's just a little tiny jump to our 29. And that's going to get us minus 1. So we add up 1 and 10 and 8, and that gets us our 19 difference once again. Now we can also use a strategy called constant difference. So just like we did when we were using compensation, let's change our subtrahend. And let's just make that 30 to make it a little bit easier. But instead of adding that 1 back in after I subtract, let's keep a balanced expression. So I want to add 1 to both terms. And if I add 1 to both the minuend and the subtrahend, it's a balanced expression, and the difference between these two are going to stay the same. So watch this. I've got 49 minus 30, and I'm going to get my same answer of 19. So if you add 1 to both of them to make an easier problem, you don't have to do any addition or subtraction. That's it, because you kept a balanced expression because they stayed the same difference apart. So those are all the ways that I can think of to take away 29 from 48. If you can come up with another strategy, that is fantastic. Go ahead and add that as a comment on the video. Teachers, if you would like a copy of the slide deck for your own use in the classroom, you can find it on my website at 5minutemath.net.